Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tutum Talk with Cara Nance. We have amazing return guests. Hello, friends. How are y'all doing? We have Tiffany Webb and Mary Jacobs coming back together. And we're going to call this, whether you know it or not, friends, the sister episode. We are revealing the connection.
Yes.
The sister force is in the house. So, hello, friends. Welcome.
Yes. Yes.
It cracks me up whenever I'm out and about with the peoples. I'm like, oh yeah, and who know you? Like, well, do y'all know that they're like related? Like they are sisters. I'm like, I had no idea. That makes so much sense. Like, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So
It's a thing.
It is a thing. Yes.
Yes.
honored that y'all are back. Tutum Talk. I know we've been talking about this collaboration for months, so it's really exciting to bring into fruition. So,
Grateful to
happy
be
see
here.
that.
Yes. Yes. Because you're just as amazing as well, girl. Come on now.
Yes.
Receive. I'm practicing still saying thank you. Receive. Thank you.
Yes.
Sincerely. I'm more and more understanding, like God source being like, yes, you continue to attract really, like you keep finding yourself. It's not happenstance that you keep finding yourself around amazing fellow human beings. Like, oh, because we attract, like who we are. Like, got it.
Yeah, we mirror
Got
it back and forth to each other. Absolutely. Yes.
Right.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love it.
All right. So, listeners, just to prime you, especially for friends who have been enjoying the podcast for a while now, thank you again for coming back and joining us for another amazing episode of Tutum Talk. As you know, how we usually roll is I'll share our friend's bio. And right before jumping on and recording, we agreed here. We came to a conclusion and an agreement that we're not going to do that because I have shared both Tiffany's and Mary's bio in the past. So feel free to go back and hear for yourself. Episode 32, good old Magic Johnson number. And I know so many other athletes out there with the number 32. Magic Johnson is who came to mind. That is that was Tiffany Webb in my conversation. So go check out episode 32. Go back into the archives, both available on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcast. So thank you for tuning in there. And then Mary Jacobs. You were episode episode 24, and we all were in agreement, like Kobe Bryant.
Woo! Yes.
Black Mamba.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it.
So, and of course, we know that there are many other athletes with number 24 and the infamous, the GOAT, Kobe Bryant. Yes. So feel free to go. Of course, thank you for going back and listening to episode 24 with Mary Jacobs. And Mary, I consistently have, moments for both of you coming on to the pod and every guest who, like, it truly touches my heart, for folks to come on and just share their wisdom and their gifts with literally the world. And Mary, you were one of the first guest. So, thank you both for taking I was about to say taking the chance on me, but I was like, not to, but like doing the brave thing. Both of you doing the brave thing. Like, sure, we'll do a podcast.
Yes.
Like, how does this go? Right.
Yeah.
So I tip of my hat to both of you for your bravery.
Absolutely. I know. Remember at the beginning of my first one, like before we, actually clicked it on, and even before I clicked on just to see you, I was telling you, like, I was sitting there like, okay, Tiffany, you can do hard things. You can do hard things. You're going to record and show this to the world.
No pressure.
Right.
No
None at all.
pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're such an amazing host, though. I mean, it's very comfortable and authentic, and, you can just really let your guard down and be yourself and share openly. Yeah. So thank you, Cara. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Received. And I don't, I take that to completely right. It went right there, right to the heart. All the chakras, all the things. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. So before we hit that wonderful record button, we were really jamming. For me, the full connection moment, like that full, not even a Venn diagram, like it felt like a circle that we're in. I know it's a virtual circle, and it just feels like the circle that we're in. And at the center of it is this beautiful truth of transition, right? Celebrating, even though sometimes it might not feel like a celebration, it feels like a bit like a mourning, and the importance of bringing in the celebration of what has brought us to where we currently are. And that is recording, mid-August 2026, aiming to release this episode late August 2026. So we were jamming a bit on something that's very not quite foreign. I'm learning the language a little bit more and more about like natal charts and houses and astrology, and like I'm like,
right, right.
I said like, thank you for your patience with me when I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And when when you all share, and I'm in other conversations with folks sharing things like that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So that's really what I was tuning into with our connecting before recording. Was like, wow, each of us are in this. I'm not going to speak for yourselves. And what I heard was a space of wonder of how whatever the next is looking like, excitement around that. And also like as my tone goes up, like, and also like almost like the roller coaster, like
air,
like, do I put my hands up, or am I like vice gripping? And my knuckles are in, like the blood stops. Like I don't quite know, but like either way, the roller coaster's going. Like I can hear the ticking, and like seeing the blue. Like oh no, what the? And like each of us are in this like we don't know where. We just know that there's going to be some screams, you know, and heart racing, and like it's going. Like the momentum is already going. We don't know where it's going. It's going. So that lands for each of you.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Like I was
with that, what context would you like to share with listeners?
Right.
So, yes.
I was kind of talking a little bit about how, like, my business is coming up on, its first year, which is super exciting.
Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations.
I'm so proud of myself because there have been many a moment of where I've been like, what the F am I doing? Girl, like, what were you thinking? Right. But in the midst of all of that, right, we're like chugging along, and also the pieces of just having to, pivot in real time, right? And realize that like, okay, some of how I showed up in the very beginning of my business was like, okay, this is what I think the people want. So
right.
And as I've walked through that, I've been hearing from so many people who have businesses like, having a business is a self journey work on itself. Like you can
the ultimate right? Self-help experience is starting and running a business. So
I mean, you can't hide from yourself
all of it
at all. Like you, every kind of like thing you tried to like push down and never visit is like now back, like bam, girl, like
sludge is like
here I am.
Right.
So there's been that, of like having to meet myself and work through that. And as I'm approaching this 1 year, that energy of like, okay, we maintained for 1 year, and now it can't get any worse than, like the first year. First year wasn't terrible, but it's like it can't get any worse than that. And so I'm just gonna.
It's just like a baby, right? Like there was puke, there was poop, like all the things. Like
all the things. So it can't get any worse than this. You gotta go up.
And she's still alive. She's still alive.
That part, right?
You did it.
I didn't kill it.
Yeah, exactly. Still going.
And so within that same context, it's like, all right, I'm gonna drop the performative edges and just be me, because I'd rather build from a truth and from who I really am.
Yeah.
And have the people that connect with that than like consistently keep trying to like be on stage, like
yes.
Yeah.
And that
baby puke on your shirt and everything. Like, yes, right. I'm just gonna
and that's so hard. Right. It's hard. It's very scary. I've just kind of recently started sharing like kind of more authentic nuggets of myself like on my social media, and it's scary. It is scary in a way that I never could have like imagined it could be, but at the same time like so like, yes, I did it, the world sees it, and now I'm just gonna step away and I gotta be done with it now.
I've been in so many conversations with business women, especially around the country and the world. Actually, it was like there was an international presence in one of those, and that same. The like, how do we muster up the courage to do the thing? Like we know we feel called in our heart. How do we actually do it? It's so powerful how much of a universal experience that exactly what you just said is. And then to be on the other side. So I definitely want to dive into like, how do you actually do that? And Mary, keep going. Like, I was gonna say, safe space. It's just, the whole world's listening. No pressure.
No, none at all. We're doing this. So, kind of talking about, behind the scenes when we're talking about Leo and the energy that we are in right now. Not only with, Jupiter just going into Leo and just having a new moon in Leo, the eclipse season in Leo. And then we were talking about the nodes changing.
Right. Real quick, how long is the eclipse season? Because I didn't realize that I thought it was like an eclipse, but I didn't know it was a season.
Yeah. So eclipse, pretty much it lasts for about 2 weeks after. So the peak of it is like during the actual eclipse itself. But the energy of it, and to be able to utilize, whatever opportunities come up for us, what are we eclipsing? Like, what are we calling in? What are we releasing? Sometimes we'll do that. Sometimes it can be very tumultuous, like we have a choice, and other times we don't. And I'm having experience both of those.
Option B. Yes.
So, and
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going. Got it. Yeah.
So we're gonna white knuckle in it. It's okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Okay, thank you for that
analogy for real.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay.
So, how I'm experiencing it is very much being called out in a new way. And, most people know me, of course, that have met me in different circles, that I have been saying that, yes, real estate. That was always the first thing I could say. And then, being also, in my corporate worlds, a supervisor, and been there 3 years. And, so I had all these other identities, but I knew my inner calling was always to step into the leadership of, transformational life coach, mentor, author, really assisting other people to awaken to the truth of who they really are and know that there's so much more going on behind the scenes, especially right now with the energy going on. And I know if anyone who listens to my podcast, I always end with love wins. Damn it, love just wins. And there needs to be more of us who put that energy out into the world to kind of balance out. Oh, you're fine.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yes. balance out
right here.
Yes.
So for folks who are listening, I'm showing a red heart, and it's a cool. My buddy she gave me a 3D, and it's like a purple heart. It's a fidgety thing, but I was like, oh,
perfect time for that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Dina. Yeah, our friend
you,
Dina. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Yes. Love does win. Yes.
As much as I get
because it's the light. Love is light, right? Like, and where there's so much hurt and pain, that love is the healing medicine. Yeah. 100.
Yeah. And so leading into that also with the Leo energy, which Leo is very much a solar energy. The sun actually rules Leo. And so it is about allowing whatever is boiling, whatever your truth is, and whatever, that leadership energy to be visible, to be seen, to be called out to the front lines. And so as passionate as I am about that and how I've done that tremendously in the past, and I've done it more from my Aquarian node, behind the scenes, working with other people, letting them to kind of take the spotlight. Now, with all this Leo energy, I'm being called out to the front, and it's very uncomfortable. And things are being removed from my life that gave a lot of meaning to me and allowed me to hide, basically. Do a little bit here, go back and hide. Do a little bit there, go back and hide. Let me inspire you. You go do it. Come on, we got this. I'm good at revving people up. But then when it's like, well, why don't you? No, I'm going to go hide. So,
and what do you mind if you offer? Well, here's my invitation. Rather than say, do you mind? Invitation to say a bit more about hide. What would hide look like, sound like, be like?
So hiding would mean like making excuses on why I don't do a more consistent presence on my podcast. Or not being more consistent with showing up at events around me, or hiding by knowing that I've been called to create community and to create spaces where people could come together and feel safe to do exactly what we're doing, but also, vent, allow ourselves to be heard, and find solutions, and being honest about the things that we really can call ourselves out on and commit to. So those are things that are in my heart and things that I've done in the past internationally, but I've never done them stateside, and I've never done them in my own right. Yeah.
I feel like dancing.
And so this has been a challenging season for me right now. A beautiful season, like a birth. And really kind of releasing everything that would keep me from fulfilling that mission, even though it's it has its pains, of course, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And I'm surrounded by amazing souls like you all, who I know support and are doing your own thing and are going out in your own right as leaders to do the same thing, to push love forward. So yeah.
That is
snaps on that. Yeah. These so many moments I feel humbled, and this is yet another one. As both of you were sharing, I was reminded my mom, she is awesome. I think I talked about her, I referenced her in both of our individual podcast episodes, and it was beautifully poetic to me that when she started to tune into the pod, when she was catching on, oh, this is what's happening, and she, for both of you, she's like, Tiffany is beautiful. Mary is beautiful.
Thanks, Mom.
She loves you both so much. Just from our conversation. Yeah.
To Mom.
Right?
I know. Send Mom all the love. We love you.
We're giving you love, Mom. I know you're watching us. We love you too.
And we thank you for this amazing human that you created.
Yes.
Well, I'm going on the record here. Shout out to y'all's mom. And seriously, for bringing beautiful, your amazing daughters, beautiful souls, right? And that we are all here together bringing this light into the world. And that's where my I was like, feel just so humbled, especially in these moments. And I gotta be honest, coming into the recording, I've had a beautiful full week, and especially a full day of just bouncing around doing, as my mom says, being Cara, like where I'm bouncing all over town and doing all the like happily, right? And came in feeling a little, as one might say, tired. And within seconds of being with both of you, I feel like an Energizer bunny, like,
Good.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm remembering like, as you always share, I was like, oh, that's right. Mama, was like, they're beautiful. They are beautiful. They're amazing. And it was reminding me that I had this like vision of having both of our moms and the three of us all on a pod. And so,
Oh, wow.
I know. I was like,
Huh. Right.
I don't know how y'all are. And I love my mom to pieces. Mom, I love you. You know I do. And I was like, I don't know how much the three of us would verbalize. Like, I don't know.
With our
I think
moms
they would.
right with the moms. Yeah.
Right.
That part.
And that like they would just love to just jam with each other,
Yeah.
I have this feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just like, based simply on how the three of us came out and how much
Right?
we adore each other. I was like, I think our moms would really get along. And how cool would it be to like record that moment and the wisdom that they have
Yes.
to share
Yes.
with the world? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
And that really brought me to like this moment that we're having here for everyone listening who's also feeling such a deep connection to the truth that we are sharing and naming we don't know, each of us in our journey, we don't know how this all turns out, and we continue to commit to the next brave action. Because I know for me, it feels like a brave action
Yes.
to say the thing, to
Yes.
do the thing, to go to even as something as what might on the surface look very small, and that is yet another networking engagement, and go to another networking event. And some of them, like I know folks, like when I know when I'm going to one local, I was like, oh, maybe I'll see my friends, Tiffany and Mary. Like, I've got that general excitement. And as I continue to branch out, because it really dawned on me probably 6 weeks, maybe 2 months ago, that people just might not know that you are an option. Like that was the download that came in meditation. Like, let them know you're an option.
Yeah.
That's why you go to networking. That's why you do the podcast. That's why you keep doing the social medias. That's why you listen to your big brother Scott, who's like, you have no shorts on YouTube. I'm like, and my little sister self, while we're still on the phone, Scott, you don't know this now. You're because he listens to every pod. Now you know. He probably didn't know, and just help me keep face. Where while we're still on the phone, I'm going to my YouTube page. I'm like, I have shorts. What is he talking about? I realized like, I have no shorts. I have like a welcome to the YouTube page short, and that's all I have, right? So like each one of those moments, like, oh right, another brave opportunity, another opportunity to be brave, like even more shorts, and his encouragement to be in those organic modes. Exactly what you're saying, Mary. Like sweaty, whatever. Like whenever you're actually feeling inspired,
that's
get
the
it
time.
out there.
Yeah.
Because people, I believe anyway, because I find myself doing it. Like, right? Like, what would that I think is one of the most helpful questions in business development. What would you want?
Right.
Then go do that.
Yeah.
Because
the
then
authenticity is so key.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not even just that you're relatable. Like, oh, you're actually providing a service that you would love to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Go for it. Go
I
for it.
heard. I went to a networking event, and it was it was more like a presentation, but it was like a networking event. But I went because of the people who were doing the presentation. Funny story. So I ended up at the event was actually, the acronym is SHE, but it was pretty much like women who are in like male dominated spaces, like in like housing. So like, women who do carpentry and flooring had no idea
trades.
had no idea that's what I was in, right? I just saw like, oh, okay, like this photographer that I like and this videographer that I like, they're doing a presentation on iconic branding. I'm in there.
Right.
And I get in there and I'm like, oh, so I just skincare. So after you build your house, right? But outside of all of
those
that,
construction sites can be really tough on the skin.
They can,
yes, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, girl.
Right. But it was too funny. I wasn't the only one, because there were like about like 6 of us in this room of like 30 to 40 women who are like, we might be in the wrong place, but hi, this is what I do.
Divine space, that's for sure. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep, sure.
But the presentation, they were talking about like building your iconic brand, and what she said that kind of stuck out to me. Well, 2 things she said stuck out. The first one was building your iconic brand, like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, whoever you look up to. They were not iconic because you first believed they were iconic. They believed first that they were iconic, and they showed up. They put what their magic was out into the world, and then boom, and I was like, okay, yep.
Right.
full body goosebumps when you just said that. Like, yes.
Yeah.
How can you expect anybody else to believe in you if you're not going to believe in you?
That's true.
Right. And
That's
it was like
true.
mind blowing, yet it was like so common sense at the same time, but at the same, like I said, mind blowing. And the second key point that she was talking about, which kind of goes back to another point that I was talking about, like how this is building a business is like a self-help project, essentially. And she was like, don't build a business without a therapist. And I was like, oh, okay. You're probably right, girl. So I was like, okay, girl, like you spending some troops out here. Like, thank you, she, for allowing me to be here.
Right.
And I'm going to give tip of the hat to, I first read it from Jen Sincero in You Are a Badass, the yellow book. I was first handed it when I was finishing up my career in public education, which I alluded to in 2019, where I didn't honor what I knew to be true, and that my time in public education was done. Like I could feel it from God if not 2 years prior to when it actually happened. And I stuck with it. I was like, I get health insurance. Like I hear you. I get health insurance. Yeah. Like
I understand.
I think we all
yeah. God's like, you're gonna get out. Whether you like it or not. I was sharing before we hit record. So listeners out there and viewers, I very much like God's being like, you want to tango? Cool. We're going to tango. Yeah. Like you want to play that way? Let's play. Hey, sure. Like you're getting it now, whether you like it or not. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember the point of all that. Anyway, great book. Where was I going with that?
Iconic brand.
It'll come back.
Being a bad, remembering oh gosh, Tiffany, come on,
right? I don't know. I don't know. She didn't give me enough.
We're so in the moment.
We're just great. Like, like where was it? It'll come back. Whatever's meant to be, it all comes back anyway. Yeah. No, but I love that. Like, yes, that.
Yeah.
What was the second thing you said? Iconic brand. And what was the second one?
And then, you need a therapist. Like building your brand and in real time, you need to have a therapist.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll come back. And I do 100%. Right. Oh, that's right. God, thank you. Yes, therapist. Because therapist also, that's what it was. In You Are a Badass, Jen supports the very much truth. I now say truth, that when you do an inventory of those around you in your closest circle, if what you really want to lean into and build into, if they're not supporting it, like time to get some new friends.
Oof.
And sometimes you get to buy them, meaning like you get to invest in circles where there's high vibe conversation happening. Like it doesn't always, it's not always in places where it's free.
Yeah. That's true.
Like you, and she doesn't name it that way, but that's really what she's saying. It's like, you get to buy them. And it doesn't have to be a massive investment. And there are moments where like that part is also uncomfy, where like, oh, this is money I don't quote unquote have.
Yeah.
And what's going to be the cost?
Right.
Stay where
that's more important, because there is a cost either way.
Either way.
Gosh,
absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Either way, there's
opportunity cost.
Either way, staying in that sludge. Right. And that brought me right. And that brought me to, I was sharing. So I'm going to share my part clearly, because I keep bringing it up, like things, because our conversation, Mary and Tiffany and I, this is our first time connecting in a couple months. So we were just having reunion time, like catch up time. And I was so thankful that I remembered to share, because it comes to my heart so often, where I remember we were all having a backyard hang at my place. I've got a cool little chimney back there, and just a real mellow hang, early March. And I very much remember, like, the quote of the night for me was, Tiffany, you said something along the lines of like, well, when God clearly says no, what he's really saying is something better. Like, it was in that space. Like, I just remember you saying something better, like even better. I was like, oh, that's good. Right. And having a moment of deep appreciation. I feel a little like Snoop Dogg right now. Like, I'm going to thank me for listening to Jen Sincero's guidance on, like, you know what? You're going to have to fork over that money that you quote unquote do not have, because that is how I connected with both of you. I continue to invest in myself, and we, the three of us, invested in ourselves and in our business, and connected in community, where each of us, we forked over some cash to be a part of that experience, because we believe in ourselves. It was a moment where we did the brave thing and met through that. So I also knew that was on my heart, and thank you all for being like, what was that thing again?
Right.
Yes.
Like, come on, girl.
Tiffany. That's what it was. Tiffany. Right. That community. Because in 2019, I love my friends to pieces. I definitely was having a moment of like, I think I'm starting to think about things, the world, myself, relationships, in ways that I don't know if they understand, or if it's going to make a lot of sense. So that's where, like, hiring my first coach, who, right, she was a little further on down the line, where I was like, I don't quite know what this looks like. That's another therapist, yes, and who maybe take them out to coffee, like, as a mentorship. So if a full investment as a coach isn't an option right now, that's cool. What are you doing to learn more? Who are you teaming up with? DMing on LinkedIn. You're like, if you're feeling like that jealousy, I think that's more of like a flag of like, oh, I really want that.
Yep, that is true.
That's true. Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So those are all the downloads coming on over
girl,
here.
You're getting good. So true. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a thing. And I'm going to say one more, that for me, when I became a Gallup certified coach, it was the inspiration of learning somebody else who I knew, who I'd worked with, a former colleague, that they were a Gallup certified coach. Like, I had made it in my head that I can't do that, because like that's like, it's going to be a while before I get to that level. And then when I heard that this person was a certified coach, like just recently got certified, I was like, oh, well, if they can do it, I can do it. I was like,
right.
Let's just have him on. And I was like a solid year, I think, into this whole self-help, like you are bad at, like, doing, it was a year, like, and still I had that. And I still do that sometimes, where I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to have to wait on that. Time out. So I also know that I'm feeling called to share these things, as it's okay, listeners and viewers, if that is a story in your head right now, like, well, Tiffany and Mary and Cara, like they're in a whole nother, right? A whole nother world, a whole nother, whatever that phrase is, like a whole nother class in and of themselves. I can't have that. Like,
no.
That's limiting belief.
One thing I am very big on is not putting leaders on pedestals.
Yeah.
And one of my last podcasts that I did on my own show, it was very much about that. And I want to talk about that here because that is something else that means so much to me. Is that we are human just like everybody else. And we're all leaders also in our own right, because we all have something that we can teach based on our own human experience. And so, and to your point, Cara, like, yes, get mentors, somebody who is a little further along the path than you. It does not mean they're better than you, but they can assist you at this time. And then you can turn around and do the same for someone else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Each one.
Right. Yeah. Like save you money, right? Like save you energy, save you time. Right.
Yes. Yes. But those pedestals have got to stop. We're all here trying to figure everything out. We're all having our own unique experiences, but we're all also here for one another. So that's what we're here to do right now. At least that's how I feel. Like showing up vulnerable and stripped bare for everybody to see. Hi. We're human. And yes, we have so much experience, but as you know, like if you are still just on the cusp of getting there, like we had to start where you were, and we're still going through those motions right now, even at this stage. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like we're not easy bake oven. We're not like put us in at 350, bake for 20 minutes and voila.
Right.
And the other that came in when you were sharing, Mary, like pedestals, right? And it doesn't serve that leader either. Like that's a level that they will fall.
Yes.
And you reminded me, I'm a Chicago kid. I know he's from Carolina first. I have buddies from here who are like, oh, we had him first. Like, I get it. I understand. And I was in Chicago when I heard Michael Jordan. What I grew up in the 90s in Chicago. Like it's just when I think of Michael, I think of Chicago, and I respect that he was here first. Thank you, Chapel Hill and Willie, like all of North Carolina for Michael Jordan. Okay, hopefully I did that. I even wore my Carolina blue for the conversation. But I distinctly remember, I think I was like late junior high, early high school, and it was just, an interview after a game. And I distinctly remember hearing him say, I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to go to church where a few of the athletes, Chicago athletes, also went. So that was very helpful for me to be next to human beings. So like you see them on TV, and I wonder if we also have that kind of connection being in a college town where like you see those folks on TV, and it's very helpful to see them in person, especially have the opportunity in doing just regular human things. And that I know was very helpful for me. I think like Bill Cartwright was one of them, who's the center for the Bulls. And it was very helpful for my mom to be like, he is with his family.
Right.
Like let him be. And it was very informative, right? Leadership and folks who have a certain role in your life as you see them on TV, to also have a deep appreciation for like they are a whole person.
Yes.
And this is one part, and this is his job. And so when it's framed that way, it's like, oh, he's going to work. That's how he earns money. Like, I wonder how much that would help our world if that's how we tuned into leadership a bit more, and a bit more of a relief for said folks who are serving in the leadership role. Right? It's like, oh, I get to be a human?
Yes.
What?
I think
what
it's
a
nice
concept.
also to look at people who are like a few steps ahead of you as more, and when that jealousy feeling comes up, as like more of an expansion for you. Like kind of like how you had noticed, like, oh, like this person did it. Like, well, of course I can do it, right? When you saw someone that like you kind of related to in some kind of way, it was kind of like, I mean, like we got kind of similar this or whatever. Okay, boom. Now my world just expanded. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for us to be able to do, that we do, when we are jealous, we do want something that person has. But now it's kind of like, okay, if that person maybe okay, looking at Beyonce and it's like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna get close to Beyonce, but maybe let me dial it back a little bit and find some people who are like a couple of steps ahead that are kind of similar in that way, and like gradually expand myself upwards to that type of that vision and space. Like, I think that's a beautiful thing.
And what is it? What is the characteristic or the energy of that person that you're idolizing that you really want? Because sometimes we think we want what that person has or is. And then when you get in that position, you're just like, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They make it look so good. You know what I'm saying? That might not even be your calling. You know what I'm saying? So really getting clear, you know, and honest when it comes to those type of energies when they come up. You know, I'm not trying to get into the life coaching thing, but I just had to, you know, say that.
No, 100%.
You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of what you offer through the Tao of Oneness, right?
Yes.
Mary is that coaching and like, let's have a moment apart. Yeah. So
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You're right. You don't have to try to get into the life coach. You are the life coaching. There's no trying about it. It's very much doing, my friend.
This is who she is. I can attest to it as her sister.
In real life,
coached. My life has been coached sometimes when I didn't want it, but I needed it. It is always definitely, you know, like I said, sometimes those things you don't want to hear, those things you might not want to look at, but it's like so like it's what's needed. You know what I mean?
it helps
It's
us.
medicine. It's the medicine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
It is.
absolutely.
I'm going to go with that word medicine if you're all open to the divine question that just came in. So, and it was a bit two-pronged. I was like, ooh, let's get into like what inspired each of you to even start, like do the brave thing and even start your business. So yeah, let's go for that. So so take us to that, that time when you knew that there, what was that Anais Nin quote? Like there came a point where it was, like the flower had to blossom because it couldn't stay packed in anymore. So like that moment for each of you when you knew like your call was to blossom and bring your business to the world. And medicine. So that's one. And then medicine in this time that we're naming, that is the roller coaster, right? Where it's happening. The momentum is gone. It's gone. What is the medicine that you know is true for you that that you want to keep at the forefront to bring with you to support you in whatever this beautiful journey is about to be.
Well, Mary, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, why would you do that? But yeah,
because you're the big sister. Why not?
oh man,
talk about leadership. There you go.
There we go.
Training for decades.
You know, similar to, they kind of go together. I think how what started me on the journey and also how everything is showing up for me right now, symbolically and energetically, are kind of similar. Because you know, when you're pushed to a new threshold, it is a new beginning. Anyhow, but how I began when I knew, oh man, for the Tao of Oneness, that would take me back to 2017. No, that would be 2021. I'm trying to figure. It's so many layers. Oh my gosh! Let me not. So when I first came back from Uruguay in 3 months is when I first knew that it was time for me to step into a leadership position. And I think me and you kind of went on this, Cara, so there's no need for me to go back through all the things.
Yeah, episode 24, everybody. Go check it out. Yes.
And really knowing, and I was like, I didn't know how to navigate everything, but I did know that I had flipped a car. I had completely, like, my mentors had fallen off their golden castle. The pedestal fell. I had nobody to be upset about it but myself, because I'm the one that put them there.
Right.
It was a strange call of me having to have faced everything, and I mean, like, everything Like, like I was telling my sister earlier, the times I, myself and all the triggers and my own bullshit when I didn't tell someone like I was wrong or I'm sorry or I could have been more compassionate there, and the forgiveness of other people. There's always that dance. We always want to think it's forgiveness of everyone else, and we forget when we have to deal with our own stuff. So all of that came to a head and really pushed me to the next level of like, I can no longer stay small and being the same person that I was prior to this experience. And what I know now, I cannot unknow. So there was a new level also of accountability and responsibility that I stepped into. There also is a new level of what I would accept in the energy around me and then the people around me. And so with all of that is kind of what springboarded the Tao of Oneness to come into real fruition a couple of years later. Okay. Then the medicine that I would say that has carried me through all of it and is very prevalent right now with this new transitional moment is trust and surrender. Those are the two medicines for me. I mean, and not surface level, like really all of it. I mean, like even down to like, livelihood, my marriage, how I show up as a mother is transitioning. I no longer have little kids. My youngest child is about to be a senior. I have a child in high school and an adult child. There are 2 adult children already. So it's like how I related to them is changing. We're about to be empty nesters. The next part of my, it's so much shift. So all I can do is surrender it all. Everything I thought I wanted, everything I used to be. It's like surrender and trust.
Shed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's succinct. I can make it.
Beautiful.
Your turn, Tiffany.
Woo! Okay. So how I originally started Stillness and Skin, the through line of it still is very much the same as far as I felt like the way the skincare industry was going was very much in a more clinical way, very much still telling women, mostly women, what's wrong with you, this is how I fix you, this laundry list of things, and then also just pretty much saying like how you are showing up is just not good enough, really. And I was like, yeah, that's not spa. And I want to create a place where that's like the complete opposite. I want women to come and, learn to love themselves. And have a place where they're not being judged. One of the biggest questions I always ask, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit every time with women because they have a pause, it takes them such a minute to get it, is I ask, what do you love about your skin? And most of the time it is a pause and a and I don't but they were ready to tell me what was wrong, like they had it. And
not just it, like a laundry list, right?
The laundry list, right? They were ready with all the things. And what I will say, as I have been, I guess we can kind of go in, it's kind of weaving into the medicine, as I have become more honest about myself and my journey and my business and where I'm going forward with it. Um, I know what it's like to, whew, okay. I know what it's like to not be happy in your body. I know what it's like to feel like the world around you is telling you that how you are and how you show up just naturally is not enough. I know. All right, guys.
No
No more
sorries.
getting deep.
No sorries.
Right.
It's
And
beautiful.
so the real truth of why I created this space is a space where women can come and not have to perform. They can reconnect with themselves and their body. Skincare is the lens that just happens to be like where I offer it. You know, that's just the thing that I love. It lights me up. It gets me excited. But the deeper reason is really because I want women to know that they are beautiful exactly as they are, nothing else. And however you want to show that beauty to the world is right for you.
Yes. Oh my God. And I have to say something. You have been on self-love. I'm her sister. And I have to gloat on her for a little bit.
Absolutely.
She has been about self-love like for so long, and knowing that was what she wanted to offer to women. I mean, it's been years that she's been in the making of this, way before Stillness and Skin. This is her mission. And it does come from somewhere deep inside of her because, like you said, we can only lead and teach that which we have experienced. So the fact that she took a moment to be vulnerable and honest with this audience is amazing and a testament to how much and deeply she cares. So I had to say that, girl, because, you know, you always you deserve, you need your flowers as well. Like, seriously.
Say that one more time, Mary. What'd you just say?
She needs her flowers as well. Yes.
I was just about to say, I heard this saying, you deserve your flowers.
We're
and
in our
course you just said
That's
it.
right.
Yes.
We are. We're in the energy here.
Yes.
You know, I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the medicine. Go ahead. Was that your medicine? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Okay.
That was it. It was kind of like weaving into that.
Right.
And I guess the other iteration of it is letting that be more out here, like showing that. So the vulnerability of that, because again, that's not something, you know, like where I was talking about before with the performative. It's kind of like, well, I don't want to lead with here are the tears and I get it, you know, but it's like, I mean, that's what people need because that's what we're feeling. That's we connect based off of the vulnerability, and yeah.
Yeah. And she's a great esthetician as well. Like, I get complimented all the time. I'm her older sister. I'm 45. I'm in the front line of the public every single day. And I'm always complimented on my skin. And people do not believe that I'm 45 years old. They're always like, how you have beautiful skin. I'm like, oh, well, my sister, she's an esthetician. She's amazing. Like, I'm telling you. Yeah. The product she uses, everything, organic, vegan, you know, the whole nine. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have an online shop, right?
It's in the works.
In the work. Okay. I thought I was playing around on your site a little bit ago. I was like, ooh, look at that. So for friends who are in North Carolina, Carborough, right? Stillness and Skin. Yes. So go on over. And for friends who, you know, it
elsewhere
is a moment. You're right. It's a moment of travel, what one would call travel, worth a visit to Stillness and Skin. So when you're in the Carolina area, definitely give yourself a moment of relaxation and beautification.
It's worth it.
You are beautiful. Yes, you are beautiful as you are, and even more love. Give yourself some even more love. Yeah. Thank you both for welcoming in that wonderment. I was like, oh, I know that so many folks are feeling so nourished.
Yeah.
From your gifts and your offerings and your truth.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
And that's humbling, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And hopefully everyone, all the listeners know that, like, your journey is what makes you and what makes you already have value because you're alive, you know? And your thing and your offering to the world around you doesn't always have to be huge. What you do to the person in the grocery store, your family members, your children, your friends, you know, like, little things add up and make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, and the only reason why we are in our own right, like, I'm a transformational life coach because I've gone through so much transformation. Like, what is that thing for you? You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yep.
She's wrestled with self-love herself. And then, and when you're on the other side of it, you want to give that back to other people. You know what I mean? Like all of us. Cara, your thing, you haven't told us yours. So you have to share. I know it's your
Yeah, I was
podcast.
about to say,
But
wait a minute,
before we get
Cara.
off, you got to
Sure.
share yours and your medicine.
That's right.
This is a threesome, girl.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Well, what you were just saying, like on the other side of it, I had like on the other side of fear, right? And what came in, because I loved, Mary, how you were like, I'm a transformational coach because I've been through so much transformation. And Tiffany, like your journey to self-love, that's now what you give. And I was like, oh, I hadn't put that together, that as much as my family, the nuclear family, was like, every one of you kiddos can do anything you want, like you're going to put in the work. My mom very much raised us with visualizing. It was low hanging fruit, if you will, with sports, but she was very, I was raised homeopathic, like carob is what she put in brownies. Like I had I had a reusable lunch bag in the early 80s, and on said reusable lunch bag, it was a little stick figure girl, and it said, "I'm a no preservative kid."
That's amazing.
Like that's me, right? So, and still, like the first, I think I had my first Twinkie at a sleepover, 5th grade. I was like, this is disgusting. Like, why do people eat that? I was just, So thank you, Mom, again for, like all the help. And my body still goes that way. Right. And so with all of that, health, strength, visualizing, like Reiki, and we didn't call these things. It was just mom being mom, right? She studied dreams. So like it was very disciplined. And I've shared this quite a bit, I feel like, on the podcast. And like this all is, I use this example, but like, hey, everybody, this is the further context behind it, that I was disciplined with intuition. That question was always first from her. What did the voice say?
Yeah.
To not do it, like whatever it was, like to not do it, like good. Now here's your punishment, but it was always that first, because she was teaching us like that voice is always with you. Always honors that voice. That is the guide, right? And so it was so powerful, Mary, for you to offer, like, we are here now, sharing our gifts with the world because of what we've been through. And it is so, it just is. I also have dyslexia. And so as much as my mom raised my younger brother had cerebral palsy, multiply disabled, and my older brother's gifted, like we are a multi-able family.
Right.
And so I was very much raised with like my mom giving, I would come home to these like columns of names: Henry Ford, Cher, Tom Cruise, Edison, and all of them have dyslexia, and like, and they brought greatness. They bring greatness to our world. So you can too. So I was raised with messages of you can't. Don't ever buy into this message that you can't. And still in schooling, I especially remember my freshman year counselor. He was doing I believe that everybody does the best that they can with what they have, with where they're at. Very Teddy Roosevelt, right? Yeah. And he thought he was doing right by me when he named, from his perspective, that I wasn't going to be able to handle college. Basically, I'm too dumb for college. And so even though I'm raised in the family of yes, you can, I very much got the messages that it was more the deficit model of what you can't do. And so I had a click moment when you were saying, sharing those pieces there, Mary, of like, why you're bringing the gift that you're bringing in the way that you're bringing it, your gifts, Tiffany, why you're bringing your gifts the way you are bringing it. Like, oh, yeah, that connects for me too. Like I'm so drawn to Gallup strengths because it creates the universal experience to name with a universal language of the brilliance that each of us bring just being ourselves. It is an asset-based approach to every relationship. And the tool, when you understand how to use it and raise your consciousness on how to use it, like, man, it brings such strength to you, and that self-forgiveness and that self-compassion, and really offering you the opportunity to name specifically, like, yes, this is what I bring, just being my brilliant self. Like, I don't have to do a thing. I just enter a room like this is me. And also, this is what I'm not. Like, I don't have to be everything. This is why we have relationships and partnerships, like, right?
Networking, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, you bring
All of
that
it. Like, it's like, oh, yeah. And like,
Yes.
again, leaders, you get to just be human. Like,
Yes.
what a concept, right?
Unscripted.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the beginning of the business, I've shared this a couple of times. A very, like, long story short, I was in a very tough. So thank you, Mary. You're like, yeah, you don't get to get away without answering this. Like,
That's right.
yes. Yeah. Tutum means safe in Latin, and I got the guidance to name my business. I knew that I wasn't called to have CaraNance.com, and that is no shade towards anyone and no disrespect towards anyone whose business name is their name. Like that.
Yeah.
That's your journey, right?
Right.
For me, I could feel on my heart that if I'm going to actually entertain this thing called a business, which my first coach, Rashana Price, she's out in the Charlotte area, amazing human being. And she was the first of, now I'm better understand the moment. She was the first to, ask me, like, have you ever thought about starting a business? And that moment of massive confusion, I'm like,
Mm.
Oh,
Not me.
what? I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, and you're my coach, and I am a great coachee, so I'm going to entertain that question, even though I don't understand it at all, because what? Like, I have all this evidence on, like, why that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I have been humbled, and this podcast is the same. I think I've shared this with y'all, and for listeners, I don't know if I've shared this with you. So, hey, here we are. When my coach, Gina DeVee, this time last year, actually was on our discovery call, I hadn't even committed to being a part of the coaching experience with her. She was like, yeah, you need to start a podcast. And again, I was like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, yeah, I was like, oh, here we are again. I got it. Like, there is now enough of a pattern. Yeah. Like, when I am thoroughly confused, I know that's when God has me exactly where he wants me.
Yes.
That's it.
Like, finally, like, I have you in a place where your simple mortal self, you're like, I love you, human, and you are a mere mortal. Please, just, we've danced so many times.
Right.
Can you just get in the carriage?
Do the thing.
Can you please just, and let me take you for a ride? Like, would you please? Yes. I'm like, fine. So, yeah, and starting the business, it was the same. Where I was in a real tough time in my life, and that's when I got the inspiration for Tutum. Was from I started Tutum late 2020. Actually, my joke, I hit publish on the website on Halloween, And my joke on socials was, she's alive, you know? Yeah. And that was actually another healing. Talk about medicine. So I'm just going to like interweave all the way. That was very much medicine. My parents actually split up, and actually on the podcast episode with my dad, that was really powerful. I did not realize that he felt that divorce was child abuse, like that it was really abusive to us kids. I was like, and he also cried on the podcast.
Right?
So to which he was like, you can edit this out. I'm like, absolutely not. We're not editing out.
Keep it.
Good, keep it, right? And it was so like, I'm 48 and a half, you know, at that point I was 48 and a half, like, thank you so much, Lord, for this calling to make sure you have that time with the two folks who really taught you leadership principles from the start, and that is Mom and Dad. I'm so thankful that they agreed to come on, and that I learned so much from my time with them, because it was a conversation like we had never had before, you know, and where was I going with all that? Halloween. That's right. And so my parents let us know that they were breaking up on Halloween, that the marriage was no longer happening, and they were divorcing on Halloween. So, and that was 5th grade for me. And I have like, oh, me and Halloween are not the happiest of relationship. And I didn't realize that until I was in my student teaching for PE, and student teaching was a full semester, and PE is certified kindergarten through 12th grade. So my first 8 weeks was at a high school, and I just so happened to be transitioning the week of Halloween into elementary. And so I wasn't actually teaching. And at the end of the week, they had their little Halloween, adorable Halloween parade, like they're all in their costumes, and I went as like a cowboy, because like transparently I was a drag king at the time. And I was like, well, I'll just wear one of my drag outfits, you know, like a little cowboy hat and a plaid shirt and boots. I'm like, I'm a cowboy. Like, let's go with that. And I'm like, I don't do Halloween. I don't like how, but you're children, so I'll play along, right?
Right.
And them marching through the school, it came flooding back why I didn't like Halloween. I completely forgot. I blocked it out, that all of that happened on that day. I was like, oh, that's big. Got it. And ever since then, that awareness, I was like, okay, even if I don't necessarily like it, I can still, you know, do the work to help heal it. And so it was a bit of a taking back the moment of sorts for me to, like, when I realized the timing of me getting my website, you know, things and crafting it the way I wanted and all that, I was like, hot dang, thank you. Thank you. Guys, like, I got you. Like, this is just so happened going to be like feeling like it's good to go do the brave thing and hit publish. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Right. It will never go out into the world. Like, just do the thing.
Just do it.
It was up to snuff enough for me where I was like, this is really cool. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so 10 months prior to that, I was in a real tough place. And I had heard Bishop T.D. Jakes on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, January 1st, 2020. So this is before COVID, right? And I heard, very long story short, I heard it basically asked the question, do you know the gift that you are even entering a room? Like, you don't have to do or say a thing. Just your brilliant, beautiful self. And I never heard of Bishop T.D. Jakes before this.
Really?
Oh, we
Right.
love
Yeah. I was like, who's this guy? And I was like, oh, he's actually a pretty big, like, of course, because he's on Oprah. Like, yeah, that makes.
But it was meant for you to hear that.
That's it. Absolutely.
100, yeah.
January 1st.
And I was in such a tough spot. I was like bawling. I was very much crying, like walking somebody else's dog, because I was doing dog walking for like extra cash. And I was like, I'm not even with my own dog. I'm like in such a tough spot. It's raining, like, you know, just snap, you know, like ugly cry. And when he asked that question, like, that's what, like, visceral moment. And then, and in my head, I was thinking, well, I know I'm a nice person, but I can't really answer that question. I don't know. I don't know that answer. And right at like right in that moment, he's like, if you don't know the answer, I encourage you. I was like, once again, like, oh my gosh, right?
He's here.
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's like, I encourage you to reach out to folks who you know have your best interest in mind, and
That's
ask
so
them that
important.
question,
That is.
right?
Yeah.
Again, community.
Yeah.
And so I, cleaned myself up, took that dog home, and I think it was later that night or the next day, I reached out to loved ones and did like a blind copy. It was like, hey, I heard this. Here's a link to it. If you're so moved to listen, it was really, really powerful to me. And this is the question that this guy asked. And I honestly, I'm curious your perspective. It would be really helpful for me to hear your perspective or read your perspective. And when folks replied and shared their truth with me, I remember very much being like, oh wow,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
turn my
So
frown upside down,
good.
right? And
that's
that, yeah,
Cara.
it was so beautiful. And that was January. And then fast forward to, well, what's your business name going to be? Like in the fall, fast forward. Like, I know I don't want CaraNance.com. And I heard the download. And I know now that when it's direct, it's like a voice in my left ear. It sounds like somebody's right there.
Yeah.
I heard go back to those email responses. I was like, cool, right on. So I went back and rewrite like Cheerfest all over again. It's like, this is so beautiful. Thank you, Mom. And the summary was that I create safe spaces to have really tough conversations. And I bring a lot of love to them. So that's also why, Mary, when you were like, you're just such a great host. I'm like, thank you, because I know this is part of the, like as confusing as it is to me and my mortal self and things like this, like you need to start a podcast. I'm like, this is why, because this is, because it creates spaces to have these tough conversations like, hello, right?
Yes.
Right. So yeah, and the summary was that, and my two favorite languages are Latin because my undergrad was kinesiology, and German because I was born in West Germany, Frankfurt am Main, back in the day when there was still West Germany. And so I did like a biology T chart, like safe and heart and German and Latin. And I remember being very excited when I think it's heart for German is hers. HERZ. I was like, oh, amazing, right? Like hers, right? And I think I punched it into the Googles, and like it felt like almost every business in Europe was hers with a Z. I was like, so we're not doing that, because I know that this is a global company. It's so much bigger than me, and Gallup is a global certification. I did that also very much on purpose. Like, I am here to serve the world. We are all connected as a world.
Yes.
Right. So like, full stop. It's like, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Y'all tune in. I know for listeners, you're tuning into that too. And so I was like, okay, keep going. And when I went to Latin and safe, and it came up as Tutum, Tutum, I was like, that's interesting. Okay. Punched it into it was like, mortal, let's go do this.
Right.
And I punched it into the Googles, and it's pretty much like still like mainly just scholarly articles that are connected. I was like, okay, so nobody's going to sue me. Awesome.
Right.
And then I wrote out Tutum leadership coaching and saw the TLC down the left. I was like,
oh, that's
that's
good.
it.
Yes.
That's the heart.
Girl, that is so good.
That's the heart.
Yes.
Boom.
Love wins. We got
Yes.
it. I love wins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why,
good.
and then like, it just like chip. So then values, it just kept pouring out. I don't know if y'all feel the same in those moments. You're like, pour.
Yes.
And so the values were just so, it felt easy. It was just like, oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. It's just like coming out of the pen. And that is love of self, because like you can't give what you don't have. So that's why love of self is first.
That's right.
Love your people and love what you do.
Yes.
And then I feel like it just becomes this very easy, simple, yet sometimes not easy, temperature, like filter for like, what am I doing to love on myself? Love myself, like truly, not performatively, not right. Like, how am I really doing that part? What am I doing to make sure that my people are feeling the love and that I'm giving the love? Am I meeting them in their love language? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I meeting them where they actually need their support rather than just like cookie cutter? Right.
Right.
And then love what you do. Like the moment you're really feeling done with it all. And I really appreciate Steve Jobs, how he modeled through his, commencement speech to Stanford. I want to say it's 2008. That's the one where he talked about like you have to believe in something, karma, dogma, like something, because you can't connect the dots in real time. It's only upon reflection. So it's that same commencement speech where he talked about, actually, that was shortly after, like, you got to connect. This is how you can't connect the dots in real time. He teed that up. He teed it up with him sharing that he asks himself in the mirror every day that am I happy? Like, basically, am I happy about what I'm about to go do today? Like, do I actually want to go do what I'm about to do today? And if the answer is no, multiple days in a row, like a couple, like at least a week in a row, sometimes 2 days. He didn't give too much specificity, but it was so much more like, if the answer is no, if it's becoming consistent, then that's a moment for me that I know I need to go back to myself and check in with myself because it's not worth it. Like something needs to change. If that answer is no on a consistent basis, something needs to change. And that change starts with me. And so that right?
That's
Yeah,
true.
we got to say that again for your audience. The change starts with me.
Yes.
Do you know how powerful that is? You can't just let that just kind of skate by, girl. That's a hashtag.
That is it.
Yes.
Feel like, and see, okay, listeners, it's been a great show. Yeah, no. Yeah, like it's right. And it's just so, that's why when those values came out of me, I was like, that's it. And on my website, I offer little quips like, I can't remember, but like below each one of them, below the values, I give like you can't give what you don't have, and something about camping. I can't remember. Whatever. I throw my little things out there, but like, it's so. To me, and I can feel that I'm in good company, right? I'm also having moment friends like this. I love how we are modeling right now a view into our friendship and our connection as a true example of what it can look and sound like for you, listener, for you, viewer, when you choose to start in your own change.
Yes.
Like if you're not happy, that is a beautiful place to be. As counter as that sounds, probably. And you're probably like, screw you, Cara. You're right. I hope you keep listening, because like that is the truth. Like you get to make it. You get to choose again. I love how Gabrielle Bernstein teaches that and reinforces that. Like you get to choose again. We are making choices all the time. And you have free will, right? Those 6 intellectual faculties that God gave us.
Yes.
And free will is one of them. Intuition, intellectual, or memory, right? And 2 others, like perspective and something else. I can't remember. But if you're on the struggle bus right now, that's a beautiful, like, what a beautiful place. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Powerful place. It is. It really is. That's where all the fun starts.
Yeah, I was about to say that's where shit gets a little rocky and fun,
Yeah.
like you're
That
like, well,
realization.
it can't get any worse than this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you might as well go do something that lights you up.
Yes. Or at least take the steps to get to that point,
Yeah.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
just heard this.
we all
Yeah, go
needed to
ahead.
hear that right now. I just need to say that.
All of
So
us.
listeners, we need to hear it too. We're also feeding medicine into each other.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's it. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Medicine. And that the love is the medicine. Like, what does love look like today in this moment? Papa, right? I'm going to name, I don't know if y'all have had these moments where what you thought was true for you, like something like that, where what does love feel like now? And through recent journey for me, realizing what I thought was love for me, like what would love look and sound like and feel like right now. I just recently, in the last couple of months, realized that, again, I'm a big fan of internal family systems therapy. And Tiffany, I love that you're like, therapy, it's a thing, like, very helpful if you haven't done it yet, because this time last year, I was like knee deep in finally being able, I was so thankful to be able to hire, like work with a trained therapist in the work. I'd done a lot of self-teaching, like through the books and everything. I'm like, oh, like, thank you for the bandwidth and the funds to be able to like now really roll up the sleeves and like, oh God, we're about to go do the thing. Like, okay, like this is, yes, like, and let's go do the thing. And even through all that now, so it was April through December 2025 when I worked with a formal trained therapist. And parts are always with you, right? It's rather than having one inner kiddo, it's like having a whole family of inner kiddos. And very recently, in these last couple months, realizing, because I better understand how to do that U-turn, like go back to within myself and just really literally sit with myself when I'm feeling funky, like my body is feeling just out of whack. Like, what? And not a judgmental what's going on. It's so much more like just sitting like, okay, what's going on? And just ask myself that out loud and afford that. So it's usually a Saturday morning where I'm literally on my front porch when the weather's all right and the mosquitoes aren't all over my face. But like, what is happening right now? And letting what eventually comes to the surface. Sometimes it's like 15, 20 minutes. And eventually it feels safe enough to come out from around the corner from its safe spot. I'm like, actually, this is what's happening. And with that question of like, what would love feel like? Learning a new part that I thought was like over here, it like showed it like it came out from behind the others, and one in particular, Bruiser, who I've talked about quite a few times. I call this one the conqueror. And that, like, I'm not quite sure, but it's just like this, like, no, we must win because when we win, we're loved. And I was like, oh, that is so, thank you for your truth, because that helps me better understand when I've asked myself, what does love feel like? That when that conqueror was like, I didn't have that consciousness, that awareness around, oh, that's what you needed to feel loved. So we went and did that thing.
Right. Oh.
Right. I was like,
Yeah.
and so no regrets, right? No regrets. I didn't know what I didn't know, what I didn't know. And all of these parts, just like right, the therapy and that reinforcement, that they exist to keep us safe. Right, we can talk shadow, limiting beliefs. It's all in this, right? It's all the same stuff, just called different things. It's all the same stuff, friends. It really just is, right?
Yes.
And so it was that moment, it's like, oh, conqueror, thank you so much. And then just learning more, like, whatever you want to share, and learning, like, again, our parents do the best that they can with what they got, with where they're at. And I was like, oh, you learned that you earn love when you win. So you win at cleaning your room. You win at taking phone messages in great detail because when you don't, you don't get the love. You win at winning, like you get the love when you win the girl. You like, it showed all of its different ways of, and it was so interesting as a former collegiate athlete that it wasn't just about athletics, because on the surface, like, oh, winning, like, you made the soccer team, or like you blah 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 blah. You had all these accomplishments. Like, it was so powerful to sit with, like, let the conqueror show me all the different iterations and all. I was like, oh, okay. So now I get to, with all of you, be even more intentional and pause even longer when I sit with, what does love feel like? And let everybody have their piece. Like, okay, what is consensus? So I felt very much, clearly felt the importance in naming that we are all on a journey. Mary, I love how you spoke that truth. That, yes, you're hearing us on a podcast right now, and we are humans.
Right.
We're all on our own journey, doing our thing. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Oh, loves. All right.
Amazing.
I'm yes. Okay. So, in the spirit of evolving, I have evolved with the podcast in asking 3 favorite questions that I now have, that I learned from another former podcast guest. I was like, when he asked them, I was like, oh, those are fun. So now I like to ask the guests these 3 questions. Are you open? And also, were there other things that you all want to throw out there before we, like,
I'm
decrescendo
full.
this?
Yeah, I know. This is so good.
Amazing.
So good. I'm like, I might even like go back and re-listen, like, because sometimes I have a weird moment of hearing myself speak. But I'm like, I might go back and re-listen to this one. This was so good.
Yes. The whole thing. Yes, it's all. Yeah, this was good stuff. I can't wait till the next time. Wink, wink.
Right?
Me too. Me too. Oh, Mary, actually, before we get into this, okay, yes, let's do that, and then these questions.
Okay.
One Mary podcast questions, and then the fourth question, how do folks find you? Let's do that. Okay. So podcast Mary, say more.
So podcast Mary is the show is One Love by the Tao of Oneness.
Okay.
It is very much about my authentic journey, my authentic path, things that I am inspired by in my everyday life. And I just openly share when the moment hits me and when spirit really guides me to do so. So yes, you can check me out. I am on all the platforms, Apple Podcast, Spotify. I also post on YouTube as well, which you can find it in Tao of Oneness. So you can see the video portion of it, and you can always just listen along as well. Yeah. So
sweet.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, I kept like hovering around, like, wait, and then it would like trail off. No. Podcast. Yes. Awesome. Cool. Tiffany, any, like, of course we'll get to like how folks can find you and
I'm toying with the idea of a podcast to kind of share my thoughts. So she is in the works. So yeah, TBD.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. To be determined. It's coming.
Well, yeah.
I'll stay on her.
All in divine time. All in divine time. And you've got support here. We're here for you.
Yes, indeed. Always.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. All right, my friends. First question. Whoever wants to go first. What are you passionate about?
Service to people. You know, I gotta tell you, Cara, like probably unconditional love and meeting people where they are and knowing that we're not always showing up as our best selves and allowing people the grace of being able to change and be forgiven just as much as we change and ask to be forgiven. So these are very passionate things for me, just because I know that, I mean, we're all here together, my brothers and sisters in spirit, and we're here to help one another, and we need each other, especially right now. So I know I sound like a broken record, but that's
Love
what
it.
I say.
Yes. Amen, amen, amen. Yes.
For me, what I'm passionate about, self-love, loving this body that is so big to me. I kind of already shared why, but really and truly, like, we walk with this divine vessel. It knows us. We know it in a way that no other being or other essence will ever know us in that same intimate way. And loving it, caring for it, just all of that. I'm passionate about that. That's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay. What are you looking forward to?
Oh,
You gonna go first on this one?
I'll go first. I am looking forward to officially like breaking that like 1 year mark. And really just as I'm now showing up more me, and it's so funny that as I show up more me, I meet more of me. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited.
Real quick, what is the date of the 1 year anniversary?
The 4th of October.
Okay, awesome. So listeners, like we throw it into like celebration, love, vibes, stillness and spin. Awesome. Love it, love it.
All right, what I'm looking forward to. Well, I actually have a few things that are in the works right now. Okay. I am writing my transformational memoir. My journey through all of my travels, all of my experiences. I'm taking my audience and any person who's called to that book through my journey and hoping they can find a piece of themselves through it. This isn't a self-help book where a moral of the story, no checklist, no telling you what you need to do. It's just you walking alongside of me as a witness. It's amazing how much of a transformation it has continued to be for me, but reliving it and writing it out has really been a journey as well. I'm almost done. My sister knows about it, and so don't worry, Cara. As soon as I'm done, I will be letting you know it's complete too. Might send you a copy.
I look forward to an autograph. Yeah, I was gonna say I look forward to an autograph copy. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. I can hold your bags on the book tour. Yeah. Happily. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that, and just some courses I'm creating, and just really my sister knows I'm gonna start. You'll see me out there, Cara. I'm about to be out there, girl, back on the networking scene, and
awesome.
This time with a stronger sense of all of my focus being on my purpose and what God really put me here to do at this moment in time. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
I also had a moment just now. It's like, friends out there who you might be struggling with your siblings, like, hey, siblings can get along. Like it can be. I was just having a moment like, y'all are such cheerleaders for each other, and it felt so vanilla to say cheerleader. Like y'all are truly, like in it to win it with each other. Like you can do it, and I know it's not just because it's being recorded, friends. Like this is how they actually are in person in IRL. Okay. Yes.
She's been in very close vicinity with us on multiple days for hours on end.
I mean, we're siblings, so we have our moments, but
we've seen each other at our best and worst.
This is us.
Yeah. We've been sisters and walked together on numerous lifetimes, and we're aware of that too. So just a continuation on the journey. And I feel like, Cara, you part of the bunch, girl.
Yeah,
come
girl,
on in.
come on.
I was like, I'm honorary sibling for sure. Yeah.
We are.
Yeah. I love those moments. Yeah. I'm realizing also for listeners, like, just let it in. When in those moments where you're like, I feel like this, like we've always said, because you have. Because you have.
Right.
Yeah. Just like,
That's
like, everybody just bring snacks and like, just keep going. Yeah.
Just keep moving. Right. It's true.
Just keep going.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. All right, my friends. Third question. What is worth doing?
Ooh. What's worth doing? I'd say what you genuinely love and enjoy.
Yeah.
That always seems to pull out the best in people.
Yeah. What's worth doing? What lights you up? What you would do just regardless. Like if you could do it every day, whether you were paid or not paid or whatever, like it just lights you up. That's it. That's what's worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and the universe doesn't hear your words. You know, and there's a saying that one of my mentors used to say, you know, you will not be known by your words, you'll be known by your energy. And the universe only reads your energy. So when you're in a space of joy and upliftment and love, you naturally are attracting the things that are sincerely nourishing for you.
Yeah.
Because the universe speaks in that language of frequency. So
Yep. I gonna add on that one. The joy and what I've been humbled by very recently, you know, like where we just wrapped up Lionsgate, and I only learned about Lionsgate a year ago, so I still feel like a toddler around this stuff. Like, oh, you know, like in a candy store, like wow, you know, and so like trying on all the different like learning things and whatever, you know, maybe more like going to preschool. I feel more like preschool where I have like the new pencil sets and you know like take my note, you know, like snacks with friends, cookie time and nap time and all, and golly, where was I going with that?
You were going to add something on to the joy and the love.
Oh yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
You're the
Come
best.
on, girl. You got this.
Yeah. It's like, see, it takes a village. It takes a village.
Yes.
That principle with manifestation, I'm learning more and more because it continues to happen to me. You're like, it's like, yep. And here you wait to actually do the thing that is, don't do the thing. Like, yes, joy, and actually do less in terms of the effort. Because that joy is often like, yeah, I just want to go shoot hoops.
Right.
Or I just, you know, like I'm trying to think of the actual tangible example. And then I would get an email like, hey, thanks for reaching out. And they set up time to like have me come in and talk to the leadership team. Like,
right.
But I was just, you know, like playing hooky over here. Oh, that's what it was. Reading day. That was it.
Yeah.
I was reading like this like book that I've been wanting to read for years.
Right.
I finally got it from the library. I was like, thank you, public library. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to read today. That's all. And again, I have dyslexia, so it takes me a little bit longer. You know, I was just like, you get to actually just do what you want to do today.
Yeah.
What feels expansive and ease, because I also am really tuned into like limiting belief for me is that life is hard. That's one of my 4-year-old parts learned that life is hard. Like, ooh, thank you so much. That is part of what has been a block for us. Like, okay, so what does ease, right? And that joy and ease, like, ooh, ease feels like, and joy feels like, I get to read my book today.
Yeah.
And make tea and maybe even make a coffee, you know? And I checked my email for like a hot second in the afternoon. Like, let me just, you know, like I could feel that like, okay, we're just gonna take care of you for just a second. Part that wants to like feel responsible. Right.
Right.
And sure enough, scheduled time for blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I'll be. And then it happened a couple more times last week where I was like, or no, it was this week. That's wild. It was this week. I was like, you know,
right? If you got into alignment, you got into that frequency, and it's like abundance just came.
Yeah. And I literally did less. I wasn't doing emails. I wasn't sending out blah, blah, blah. I wasn't whatever. It was just me playing with dogs.
Right.
And reading my book.
Yes.
And mowing lawns. I love mowing lawns.
See?
Like I'm one of those. Yeah. I'm like,
the smell of fresh cut grass and blessings happening, girl.
Right.
Yes.
So I love Mary. It was like, yes, I clearly felt the download. Be like, share like what that tangible, and that each of us, we have our own, whatever that is for you, that joy for you.
Yeah.
I love this. Thank you, Cara. Because that's what people need, real life examples, of what that looks like in practice.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, friends. Last question. How can folks find you? Tiffany, I know you've got an offering that is fresh on the scene. I want to make sure that you talk about that. And Mary, it sounds like we get to wait for the courses, but so whatever y'all want to share. Yeah.
So my website is stillnessandwrittenout.skin.com, and my Instagram is also same stillness and written out skin. And on my website, I actually have a course. So it's underneath kind of like understanding your skin. But then once you click and get in there, it's all free. The course is called Your Skin is Not the Problem. It kind of just is like a little 30-minute where I walk through just kind of my philosophy about understanding your skin, and that your skin is usually trying to communicate something to you versus trying to just upend your life. The zit before the date is probably because you're stressed, not because your skin is like, we don't want you to have fun.
Right.
But so
and
just
it's the largest organ in your body, right?
Yes. Most people forget that it is an organ. So it's kind of like the skin is almost thought about as like this separate thing from the rest of your body, even though it is covering the entire body. But but yes, that is completely free, and it's on my website. And then also, if you are local or if you are coming into town, I have $15 off my new client Stillness Essential. It is 90 minutes, so it'll give us enough time to do intake, and then of course get into some hands-on, and really just my goal is just for you to experience you, and leave with just some glowing skin also.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I'm coming.
Well, come on.
It sounds delicious. And I'm thinking also with like move-in weekend and all that, like college town, as y'all come in for games and whatever else. Take care of you. Little brunch, little Tiffany. Yeah. Love it. Awesome. How about you, Mary? What do you want to share with the folks?
Hey. So.
Why, hello. Hi.
Hello.
Good to see
you. So yes, you can find me. My Tao Oneness is the name of my company, and that is TAOOFONENESS. And that is across all platforms. That's TikTok, that's Instagram, that's Facebook. And of course, we talked about the podcast. And then my actual website is also taooneness.com. Again,
thank you for making it easy on us.
Right?
Yes.
It's the same. So yes, we talked a little bit about what's coming forward. Definitely writing my memoir, which is the book about, all about transformation, hoping you can find an aspect of yourself, and hopefully along the journey, you'll see that like we're walking through this together, and you'll see, hey, we make it through and we get to the other end, and look, here I am. Right. Hi guys. And then, of course, I do have the course. The name of the course is actually Energetic Mastery. It's the spiritual science of transformation. So as you see, it's everything that I do is about transformation, because I really know how those are some powerful moments, as we said before.
Right.
And knowing that you have support through those moments is very, very important, because the dark night of the soul, or, having to face those inner parts of the inner child, it can leave you in a very dark place. And sometimes we can stay there a little longer than, we need to. But remember, like we said, nothing is in vain, nothing is wasted, and God uses everything for our good. Spirit, universe, whatever your understanding of that higher power is. So yes, I'm excited for what's coming forward. I do have a free workbook that you could go ahead and grab as well. That is going to be kind of like a partner to the course, but I've already finished the workbook. So you can find that on my website as well. But yes, I am super excited for everything that's to come, all that we are all generating and co-creating together, including our amazing audience. And thank you so much, Cara, for having us today. I am truly, sincerely
If you are
honored.
local, she didn't put it out there, but if you are local, she also sees clients for energy work
Yes.
sessions.
Okay.
And they are phenomenal.
I do Reiki as well and Avesta.
Yeah, like if you are like kind of like need that extra support just to kind of help you clear, just really like move some shit.
Yes. Yep.
She is it. Like she's so compassionate and like you can feel the love, but she's also gonna give you like action steps as far as like how to like keep the transition and like keep the momentum going from the transition. And she can do that distance, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world.
Yes.
And also her coaching. So yep, I'm plugging you.
Yes, she did. Yes, I am also an energy healer as well. That is something I've been doing since way back in 2010, and my travels extensively with the indigenous tribes has helped to nourish and nurture that. So I usually don't lead with that, but you're right. Now's the time, y'all. Damn it.
You're gonna be
You got me.
Yep.
You got me. You got me. Dang it. Yeah. So
And
yeah.
I do not I don't align with the saying of these unprecedented times because I feel like every generation has their own version of unprecedented times. And we are very much in our own special experience right now of wow, what you both bring to the world. And I'll bring myself into it, right? Like of like community, the when we continue to offer our truth and share our light, it helps bring that healing to the world. And I'm so thankful that both of you are continuing to commit to the action of bringing your light into the world, because holy cow, we need it. The world seriously needs each of us. Very Marianne Williamson, right? Our deepest fear. It's not what we can't do. Our deepest fear is our beautiful light, right? Like bring our full selves is our deepest. So I am continue to commit to our community here and to everyone tuning in and our human community to continue to bring our truth, our light, so that it encourages, right?
Yes.
Everyone else.
Everyone.
Yes, we need you. We need you to also bring your light. Right.
We do.
So,
and we are going to be creating community as well. So, new moon, full moon, some type of ceremonies. It's going to just be free, maybe donation based of anything. But we are in the middle of building that as well. I'm trying to get my sister probably to pop on. She doesn't know that yet. So I just
I was like, Cara, are you doing
maybe even Cara, do some moon howling, like, hey.
That works very well with my recent learning about my moon, my Aquarius moon, to play more. So whatever play, I'm all about some howling, right? Bring it.
Love it.
Yep. I love it. Oh, friends. I love you both dearly.
I love you too.
I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna have a hang session soon.
Absolutely.
And we'll pop back onto this pod and golly, it'll be right around the corner. Right? We'll bring our moms. We'll bring our moms.
There you go.
Holy cow. Like maybe we'll just exit out stage left and they won't even know.
Right. That's it.
I love it. Yes. All right, friends. I will see you at the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I love you both so much.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Bye, everybody.